the go-go dancers because today is Carnaby Street.
I'll stand by your foot and get all the Rolls Royce.
Prescott Rolls Royce.
No, but we should have a video.
We are at the Prescott collection in Palm Springs. It's actually at the airport, so we're by the hangars. And then we have all these Bentleys and Rolls Royces coming to the dinner. And here's the star of the show. We are inside the Prescott collection, and this is a Chrysler New Yorker. Nice turquoise color, wraparound rear window. And here's a Packard. Packard Caribbean, and also has the tritone, 3 tones of color, also with the turquoise. Lots of room in the back seat. And then a 56 Packard. 56 Packard Patrician. And here's a Kaiser Dragon. And all the cars in the 50s had plenty of room in the back seat. Rambler Custom. And the convertible top is famous from Lois Lane. She had a Nash Rambler. 1960 Ford Falcon and the Cadillac. The 1956 Lincoln Premier. Vent windows, lots of room in the back seat with the pretty lavender color inserts, power windows, automatic transmission. An overview of the cars in these hangars. And the Buick convertible. Pretty decorations. Here's your Ford station wagon. The outside of the camper. There's a nice old camper from the 50s. The little kitchenette and a stove, the dining room, the Buick station wagon, and the Pontiac Bonneville station wagon. Studebaker Golden Hawk. Top of the line for Studebaker. They made this in 56, 57, 58. The Edsel. 1958. It's the Edsel Citation. Lots of room in the back seat. The Soto Firefly. 1962 Cadillac 4-door sedan Fleetwood. The Chrysler Imperial. Color is, I would call it mustard yellow, is the Imperial script. And this was the top of the line for Chrysler. You see the roof has a special seat pillar. Lots of room in the back seat. Bench seats, both front and back. Nice big fins and like little jet streams coming out as the tail lights. Here's the 1957 Lincoln Mark III. Well, it wasn't a Lincoln, it was a Continental Mark III. Even though it was a Lincoln, they called it the Continental, not a Lincoln. And it has air conditioning vents up in the ceiling like an airplane. Here's your Plymouth Fury with the big fins. Buick Super with wire wheels. Nice two-tone green inside. There's a Lincoln Continental with a spotlight. There's the Dodge. Lots of room in the back seats. Another Chrysler Imperial convertible. Here's your Austin Healey 3000 Mark II. No, it's a Mark III. I guess with inflation it became a Mark III. Here's your original bucket seats. Another lineup of more Rolls Royces. And Bentleys, of course. Mirror with a mirror, and the side mounts, and the huge Spirit of Ecstasy. Eleanor Thornton was the model for the Spirit of Ecstasy.
Amos Northrop, who designed them, died halfway through the body design. He did the front end and died. He was walking to work and fell down and hit his head on the sidewalk.
What the world?
It happens.
It does happen.
The back end of the car doesn't necessarily really match the Art Deco
You're
front
true.
end.
That's true.
I mean, the front end is as Art Deco as you can get, and the back end just doesn't kind of match.
Well, did
Just
they
like
call this
we
a
got to
shark
finish
nose?
this
Yes.
thing up.
Yep. Pardon me?
We got to finish this thing up.
Yep. And amazingly, they're
This is the back end of the Graham, the Hudson Hornet, which was like a hot rod back then, right out of the factory. And it was also in the movie Cars, the cartoon, with Paul Newman being the narrator, or being the voice for this Hudson Hornet. It was called Doc. Very aerodynamic. And the Hornet, they say, looks like a rocket ship. Another very aerodynamic car, the Nash Super. Another Packard Patrician 400. Again with the wraparound back window. Famous cormorant hood ornament that they also had in the 30s. And this is the 50s. 1941 Cadillac. Four-door sedan. It was the top of the line, the 60 Special by Fleetwood. It looks very similar to the car that in The Godfather where they massacred poor Sonny. And here's again with a 50s Cadillac. 65 Lincoln, but it's a four-door sedan. Mine was exactly this burgundy color. Had black leather. This has the cream color leather. And mine was a convertible. Huge car. Cars up on the stands and cars below. There's a Buick four-holer Pontiac next to Studebaker Avanti. And this was supposed to save Studebaker from going bankrupt. It was a popular car, but didn't help the company.
Everybody had already left, so I'm sure it was meant for me.
Here's the Lincoln Continental from 1978, and it's the Diamond Jubilee edition. So it has these big tufted comfortable seats. And the opera windows. Vents. From the Lincoln, we go to an AMC Pacer. And then on the Lincoln, the Mark III. The AMC Matador. More cars. Car that I had back in medical school, except mine was turquoise. There's a 1970 Pontiac Grand Prix. And it was very luxurious. This one has the bench seats like mine was, and then a nice back seat area. And this is what it looks like from the back. Here's the AMC Matador Barcelona 2 edition. And it was called Over the Top, so it had this vinyl roof in the back. See the extensive bumpers that were mandated in the United States.